I am kind of bored, so what we're gonna be doing is reorganizing my bookshelf, because why not? And the reason why it's crooked is because I already started taking out some of the books. These are some books I either had them outside because they were on my reading list, and I know this one is, yeah. So about this one, this is a cheap version of the book because I wanted to listen to the book as I read, so it didn't really matter. Yeah, so there's those I took out already. This is the book I'm currently reading. And of course, I have some books over here. A good majority of these I actually read. Like, I read The Midnight Library, Killer Instinct, Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry, Hook, Line, Sinker. I already read Before I Let Go, like last year. This Could Be Us, I read. I forgot if that was February or March, but it was one of those months. And then I read The Princess Trap, The Graham Effect. I read these two books a long time ago, like the two on top of that one. And then these, I read Why Men Love B-Word. And the other ones I haven't read yet. And the one at the bottom is actually Alice in Wonderland because that's one of my favorite stories from childhood. I have a couple more books I was supposed to read this month, but I didn't get to all the books I listed, so yeah. Okay, so you can see that is my bookcase. And we're just gonna start pulling things out.
Hi, so I decided I wanted to use a voiceover vibe during my organizing to give a reintroduction. When I started this channel, it was still during COVID when I decided to give it a try. One of my courses in college, we had to use YouTube to fulfill our assignments, and even without, in this class, it was a completely online only class, I would have had to do this anyways. Once I switched majors, it was hard for me to keep up with everything.
Wow, I found my self-care oracle deck. Look, wait. I found my self-care oracle deck. I've been looking for this because I was looking to use this in some episodes for A Little Atypical, which is my podcast. If you guys didn't know, I started a podcast and you should check it out. Yay, thanks. Anyways, back to the book organization.
So I ended up temporarily quitting YouTube because of school and wanting to focus on school. Now that I graduated, without school, there is a bit more free time. So as I fall into adulthood, everything just feels very uncertain, and the only things that keep me grounded are my hobbies and my passions and creative pursuits. So I kind of wanted to give an updated version about who I am, and I hope you stick around. First off, what do I find interesting? Anything related to wellness, self-improvement, emotions, personality, astrology/spirituality, beauty, makeup, fashion, and so on.
Grow with the flow. It's really cute.
There are so many things I really enjoy. Anything that requires like researching and deep diving, I'm really into. On an astrology level, I am a Libra Sun, Venus, Mercury, Cancer rising / Jupiter, Capricorn, Moon, and Mars. I'm an Aries midheaven. And as for my North Node, that is my placement that changes based on the system being used. Most times it says I am a Gemini North Node at 29 degrees. Other times I get told I am a Cancer North Node at 0 degrees. So I don't know which one is correct. but I kind of lean more into the Gemini one. But I think that I take elements from both, but it's kind of hard to say because Cancer is also my rising sign. In terms of numerology, I am a life path 8. My destiny number / expression number, you can see how much books from her, RIP, except for I don't have King of Greed, and I'm upset. I'm actually upset about that. It's really ruining my collection, but whatever. It is 7. My soul urge number / heart desire number is 9. My personality number is 7. And my birthday number, I also think it's called a driver's number or something like that. Mine is 22. And for the 16 personalities thing, MBTI, I am an advocate. I am a INFJ turbulent, so a turbulent advocate. My current passions are blog writing and podcasting. And honestly, I would like to add YouTube to the list, but right now I'm still struggling with kind of figuring out what to film, how to make it interesting. But I'm interested in becoming a better YouTuber because I find YouTube fun and interesting. But I just struggle with figuring out my video styles and everything like that, and what I even want to use my channel for, since my blog focuses on wellness, personal development. So does my podcast. But my podcast focuses more on unconventional topics, like, for example, self-trust and elements that build self-love. That's actually an upcoming episode. Mid-year review, like just different elements of conversations about wellness from internal things versus external things. And I love talking about the unconventional topics. With my blog, it's usually reminders, life lessons, guides, and lists. So that's kind of the difference. But with it being show notes is my current process to connect both my blog and my podcast. I've been making bonus content underneath podcast show notes. So it's just something I've been working on for a while, which leads me to question, like, what can I use for YouTube, or how to use YouTube, because I do enjoy it. I do think it's something I grew up with, so video editing has always been a high interest of mine. My current hobbies are reading, obviously, and bracelet making, but there are hobbies that I want to get back into, such as poetry writing, short story writing, which are things I picked up in college. And I'm so open to trying any creative hobby, or any like beauty related hobby is also really fun. I love watching videos about nail art, but I haven't pursued doing that myself. But it always looks so fun, and I hope to do that further down the line. Or like a physical hobby I would want to try, because obviously I do exercise, but it would be cool to learn how to do something like either boxing or tennis or something like the sorts. Right now I'm in a pretty soft, chill era in my life. Like, it's pretty slow paced, and honestly I'm kind of enjoying it, but I'm also feeling like I want to push to have a little more happening. I don't know if that makes sense, but I was slow living this year, which made me recognize so much things. And my life right now is soft, but I can't wait for a change of seasons. Okay, hi. So
The bookshelf is actually looking so much, honestly, I don't know if this makes me look so short. I am short, but like, but then the other shelf is too low. Anyway, so I'm tiptoeing. All the books are pretty much off, but I didn't take down like the lower shelf because those aren't books. Those are random things. Like I see a textbook, some knickknacks, and then I have like a gift. I don't know, this is from my 19th birthday. It was a rose flower thing that my boyfriend at the time gave me, and so it's there because it gives Beauty and the Beast vibes, and I thought leaving it there and stuff would be cute. And then at the bottom is like journals, sketchbooks, old sketchbooks, or sketchbooks I haven't used yet. I was supposed to give one to someone, but I didn't get a chance to see them. And yeah. My room is chaotic, so don't mind this craziness. Like literally my goal is to declutter, and like actually declutter, and not like half declutter like I usually do, because I feel like there's no better time. I'm gonna sneeze. Wait. Okay, it's gone. I feel like there's no better time to declutter because I really don't have an excuse anymore. It's not like I have more school or something. So it's like, but I know in certain areas, as you could tell, I am kind of I really wish I can do minimalism. And I do think in some areas, or I decided in some areas of where I'm okay with being a minimalist, and where I honestly spend way too much money, which is books, because I don't go out a lot. I'd rather stay home and read, and that is part of the problem, because then it's like, I love books, I love reading, but then it's not like, and then I like to reread books sometime, because I have reread a few, and I could see myself doing that again. So now it's kind of like, I want a Kindle to read and like explore different genres, but the books I really like, I want to buy physical copies and keep them. But then if I ever move, that's gonna be like the most annoying process, because the books are heavy. Like even just taking some of them down, my arms hurt. And look at this, like look at this wave of books. Like it's kind of bad, but like you see the type of books I read. Some of them are like low-key shade books, because that's how I feel about a certain author. But I just like how she writes the genre. But yeah, no, I don't like having that up. Anyways, and then this is just not even all of it. Like as I showed you, like there's some piles on my ottoman, and then there's like these. So I'm gonna take off the little knickknacks that are on there, wipe down the shelves, let it dry, and then and then I'll show you like how I keep track of my books. I mean, I'm not sure if anyone really cares that deeply, but if you want to get inspired, because I know some people just use Goodreads, but I don't know why I feel so like shy about getting Goodreads. Maybe because, I don't know, it's so hard for me to be opinionated and to put my opinions on things out there. And it's just something that goes for anything, like my music taste, my fashion taste, like things I like. I don't know what it is, like it's very hard for me to showcase what I like. And I just am getting into the practice of that, and just talking more about, for example, like sharing like my playlist. Like that's what I do on a monthly, during my monthly reviews now on my blog, which if you don't know, it is simplylay.com, and y'all should check it out, because I think, especially if you like things like lessons in self-sabotage, or like even like want to know ways to mentally glow up, journal prompts are there. Like the website is very wellness, personal development focused, so that's what I spend a lot of time writing. And because on my podcast I'm a little more like opinionated, or talk a bit more about just random things, and because it's more comfortable for me instead of doing that in front of a camera. So yeah, I don't even know what I want this channel to turn into, because I feel like I need to pivot, rebrand a little from where I started, but I don't know what I really want to do yet with this channel, or what I'll be comfortable with. So yeah. But anyways, let's get back to cleaning. I'm probably just gonna turn, because I don't want to kill off my battery before I do like putting the things back. So yeah, peace out for now. Okay, so how I organized it is similar to how I had it organized, but as you can tell, like there's different aspects. So this shelf, the first shelf, I'm doing like self-care, spirituality, some that's like anything I find inspirational too, and poetry. So that's what's going on this shelf. I mean, I might change it because I don't like this. There's something I don't like about it. I don't know if it's the gap, but I also feel like once I finish 20-something treatment, I would want it on that shelf. And then there are some books behind it. I don't know. So this time I kind of just have a lot of shelves that have like 2 rows or something. This one is the obvious shelf. All my romance books are here. So from Miss Anna to Kennedy Ryan. But I don't know how this is gonna work out because I want all of her books to stay together. So once I get Striker, that should come out October. And then she has King of Envy coming out after. And then I don't know if it's gonna be Gluttony or Lust, but I feel like she's gonna end with Lust. Like, that's just my guess. So yeah, I might have to move Kennedy's books, which would suck because I want to have my favorite writers together, but with the amount of Lauren Asher books, I don't know if that could work. So the book came slightly damaged, which sucked, but whatever. So we have Throttled, Collide, Wrecked, Redeemed. I still have to read this entire series. These were the first I read from her, and I didn't get to these yet, but now since I got these, I kind of want to read these first before I jump into these. So then this shelf is kind of a weird mix. So I chose this shelf to be kind of like somewhat philosophy, business, stuff like that, or step-by-step things, except for like this book that's like travel, but whatever. I didn't know how else to categorize. You could see some of the books in the back. But I also wanted to have books like, because what books are here that are more, so Tuesdays with Murray is like in the back, Midnight Library, Make Your Bed, those things are more, and the reason why Make Your Bed and like, oh, what's it called? The Alchemist and stuff like that are in this row and not this row is because I found The Alchemist more, even though it's spiritual, but kind of leans into philosophy a bit. So anything I found like more philosophical and fiction books that are not romance or mystery, I didn't really know how else to categorize them. So that's why some are like here. Like I have this one, I have Against the Loveless World. Still need to finish that. I've been trying to read that, but like I was kind of shocked when I read this and I didn't have the mental capacity, so then I didn't finish it. But yeah, and then you can't see much with this shelf, but you see my mysteries are front and center, but behind them are all the dark romances that I still have not touched. Then because of that, I just went into having Icebreaker here, and when Daydream comes, I guess I could go there. Then I have like a good amount of summer reads here. I don't know how this is gonna work out because there are still some summer books that are on the shelf that I took off the shelf that I didn't include in this because I'm gonna read it like as soon as it turns July, so it just didn't make sense. And then I know technically I have space on this last shelf, but for some reason I just hate putting books all the way at the bottom, but I probably have to, which is annoying and frustrating because then I have to reorganize it and I don't know what books I want to put at the bottom. So this is gonna be hard to decide how to organize this. So yeah, that's what I did. And now it's just kind of figuring out where to put these. I have like a lot of notebooks, tarot cards, mirror. I'm gonna put back my flower on this shelf, so that's why I left the space. Because I do like having little things on it. But yeah, so that is all. That is my bookshelf. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I didn't know what else to do really, so there we go.